Let the galaxy burn.
Hi guys, Skypoint here, and in today's video I wanted to talk to you about a deck build for Othere Wyrdmake, the green or rare Space Wolves Warlord. Now, he's gone through two balance passes. When he came out he was a little bit underwhelming. Then after that his ability was buffed slightly, and after that, last week, he was actually buffed a little bit stronger. I haven't had much time to be playing, which is why I haven't thrown out many videos, but I did end up making a new build for him, which I'm having quite a bit of luck on, at least on the low end of the Terra ladder, and I want to talk you through that. So let's go straight into this. As you might be able to tell from the name, this deck is about really using the warded ability, which is unique to, mostly unique to Space Wolf cards. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just start running through. So here's just the deck list as a whole, and so we start with the Warlord himself. So, Othere Wyrdmake has this double, sort of triple impact sort of set of abilities. First of all, at the end of his turn, he heals 1 to a friendly unit. Now, that's pretty cool, because it means that he can actually heal himself, which means potentially, if he's the only unit on the board, you can rely on him healing for 3 points a turn. 2 from his energy ability, which I'll talk to next, and then 1 point from his little passive ability. And so, as I just said, with the energy ability, you can heal yourself for +2. I mean, technically, you're giving yourself bonus +2 health as opposed to healing. And then also, what's really important is you give yourself ward. And so that's what really is important to this deck, the ward ability. This deck is designed to be immune to directed tactics. No removals, no direct damage abilities, no jamming. We're going to be really focusing on using ward. So with that, let's get into, first of all, the units. Essentially, the unit selection for this deck is really simple. I just searched for every every card I could put which has ward, and so pretty much every troop card went straight into the deck. So let's go back and take a look at what that is. So first up, at 3 energy, we get one of the best Space Wolf cards, the Jortan Stalker Squad. These guys are great. They're already pretty tough for 3 energy with 4 health, and with Wyrdmake's ability, if you're playing them in a turn where you have 5 or more energy, you can actually buff them up to have 6 health, which makes them a real nightmare to deal with. Because remember, directed removal cards or damage cards cannot apply to them because they've got ward. So we've got both of these guys in the deck. Next up, we get a 4 energy legendary card, Halfdan Bale-Eye, and this guy is really great. Now, there's 2 theories about how you use him. Some people will think you attack with other units first, and then you attack with Halfdan Bale-Eye, so that he gets to attack with the maximum amount of damage. Other people will say you attack with him first, and then you attack with other units, so he gets healed up. I tend to lean towards that second one, because you really want Halfdan Bale-Eye to be as tough as possible during the enemy's turn, so he's as tricky to remove as you can. Alright. The next 2 units we have are the Ragvard Greyslayers. Honestly, I don't like these guys a lot. I just find they're a little bit tricky to use. But at any rate, they're a pretty healthy body to go in for 4 energy, and they have ward, which is the most important thing in this deck. Next up, a little bit of defensiveness, Jurgen, with 5 health and ward and front line, and again, of course, with Wyrdmake's ability, you're often buffing them to be even higher on health, so these guys are great. We also get Miskia Hunters. Now, this is a common card, and I normally didn't use it in my other efforts as Space Wolves decks, but in this particular deck, again, being a unit with ward, it's just too valuable. And Wyrdmake can also compensate for their low health with his own healing, so he sort of balances them out. Normally, I don't like these 5 energy cost units with only 4 health, but Wyrdmake can compensate for that. Next is the only Space Wolf unit which does not have... the only Space Wolf the only non-Space Wolf unit which has ward, which is the Pyramid of Photep. Again, I like this. It adds a random tactic to your hand, and most of the time that's something which is going to be pretty useful in some way, shape, or form. And even if not, the Pyramid of Photep really freaks people out because they don't know if you're going to be getting something like Pride of the Emperor or Vengeful Spirit, and they'll try to take it down. And the last couple of units now, we get Domar Gunnarsson, who's possibly one of the best legendary cards in the game. High damage, high health, great passive ability, as well as great active ability. You just can't go wrong with this guy. In fact, if you stick him next to Wyrdmake, Wyrdmake does not even have to use his ability on himself anymore to gain ward. Alright, and then we also get oh god, how do I say this guy's name? Elterson Skrin. This is a great Dreadnought card. Great troop, it's a Dreadnought, and it synergizes so well with many of the other things going on, because remember, your troops with this deck are hard to remove, so it's very likely that while this Dreadnought's in play, you also have other troops on the board, and that can be used to buff this to get to some pretty awesome attack levels. And then technically it's a tactic, not a troop card, but Fenrisian Wolves gets used basically as a troop card. It puts two pretty high health, high damage units onto the board. Okay, so those were the troops, and just wanted to quickly run through the different tactics I have. First of all, the Underverse. Honestly, I'm a little bit underwhelmed by this card, but it has its moments when it helps. For example, when you've got troops who are poisoned and they're gonna die, or you've got a troop on low health and you have some spare energy, you can just pack it away and bring it back again later. So it's not terrible. Most of the time I can't find a good use for it, but when it does work out, it works out. So I'm keeping it. Sabotage is there to help deal with tricky enemies with tricky abilities. It's a useful card in any deck. I've got 2 copies of that. Ice and Steel. This is here more for the extra health than the extra attack. This deck really relies on keeping your units alive, and bonus health is always useful for that. Abandoned Supplies is there to just help you go through your deck and get to the cards which you need. Next up, Emperor's Executioners. This is one of the few direct damage cards in this deck. I love this. For 3 energy, 4 points of damage, and that's so useful so many times. Next is Excoriation Campaign. Now this one's a little bit more controversial because it does up to 6 damage. It's very similar to Artillery Strike. The only difference is that Excoriation Campaign will always hit the enemy Warlord and the units on either side. Artillery Strike will hit 3 random units. So if you have lots of enemies out there, Artillery Strike will spread out the damage is more likely to spread out the damage. Also, if you imagine the enemy Warlord has 2 units in play, but both of them are on the same side, Excoriation Campaign would only hit the Warlord and 1 unit, Artillery Strike would hit all 3. On the other hand, if the enemy has 6 troops in play, Excoriation Campaign will guarantee you damage the enemy Warlord. So it's up to you what you prefer. After my experience, I'm going with Excoriation Campaign instead of Artillery Strike, but they're pretty interchangeable. And then rounding it off, Fateful Weird. So this one's actually great. I use it mostly for cycling through my deck to draw cards, but the Survivor ability is also pretty handy. Ragnarok is a fantastic removal card. Instantly destroys any enemy troop, and then also as a bonus stuns the guys on either side, usually the enemy Warlord. Alright, enough of looking at the deck. Let's take a look at 3 of the really good fights I've had against Primarchs. We're going to begin with the best fight, which is actually against Konrad Curze. So this is fun over here. Let's go and take a look at how this went. So Konrad Curze is really tricky because if the game goes on, he turns into Night Haunter, and then if he has Mercy and Forgiveness, any unit with 4 or less health will just feed his invisibility. But this battle really shows how great Wyrdmake and his new abilities are. So I was actually okay with all my starting cards over here, so I'm just going to hit done. And let's go. So he has high initiative, so he starts by doing a standard move. He drops my attack and hits me. So now he's got 11 points more health. He had started on 10 points more health. But there we go, I heal, I add 2 to my health, and when my turn ends, I add 1 more point, and now I also have ward, so he cannot use his ability on me again. Okay, he drops Jubak Starsight, so next up is me attacking him, and getting my Jordan Stalker squad into play. Now I'm expecting that he's actually just going to use up his Jubak and his Warlord taking this thing out, but he's got a better idea. He drew back a excoriation campaign, and then he can just attack with his Warlord and take that thing down. Okay, that's not so bad. Next, I drop my Halfdan Baelai and I take out his Jubak, which not only destroys his Jubak, but also buffs my Halfdan Baelai to make him stronger. Halfdan is usually a priority to take out, so look at him go charging in. There we go. Halfdan's gone, but the enemy lost a Goldstone and took 4 points of damage doing that. So now he's got a 5-point health lead over me, and there goes my Pyramid of Photep. Against Night Lords, the Pyramid of Photep is very vulnerable to Rule of Fear. Okay, he dropped a Dreadnought, and yeah, like I said, people like to try to take out the Pyramid as soon as possible. Okay, what's it giving me? A Bionic Eye. Great. Alright, let's get rid of, well, I forgot that I actually couldn't attack right now, which was kind of annoying. But anyway, I've set up that Dreadnought to get killed quite easily afterwards. I probably should have used the Underverse right now to save my Pyramid of Photep, but... Alright, here we go. He gave an artillery strike, and now the Pyramid's ripe for picking. There we go. Bye-bye, Pyramid. Okay. Ooh, excoriation campaign could be useful, but no, I'm gonna drop my Domar Gunnarsson and hit his Dreadnought. With Domar on the board, I should be able to heal up. I mean, in fact, for my passive healing, I cancelled out one of those. Oh my god, look at that Dreadnought. And it's buffing up for higher health. Oh, this thing has to die as soon as possible. Jubak had stolen that, or copied that rather. But luckily, I pulled out the Fenrisian Wolves, so I did not have to waste my Gunnar Dormison on that thing. The Fenrisian Wolves die, but the Dreadnought's gone. And I went in for the attack. So I've actually now got a lead on health over Konrad Curze over here. 2 points ahead, but he drops another one of those Dreadnoughts, but he cannot actually use its ability to stop anything from attacking. Alright. This is kind of unfortunate now, but okay, let's try this. Excoriation campaign to cut that Dreadnought down to 4 health. Now I can attack with... okay, actually you didn't attack. I healed myself. And then I healed myself some more. And I then pulled Gunnar back into my hand. Ooh, and he popped out at 0 cost. That's fantastic. I'll play him next turn. The reason why I'm playing him next turn is so that I can, he's not going to get attacked straight away by that Dreadnought. Now I can destroy the Dreadnought. Ooh, I can actually destroy it with the Ragnarok instead of my face. I can also now drop Domar Gunnarsson, and then I can also heal myself again and give myself ward. Well, I get ward from Gunnar anyway. But there we go, so I've healed right back up. I've got a whopping 8-point lead. Oh, here comes the Raven. Yeah, he used the Raven to take care of Gunnar because he's so damn dangerous. Oh, that's clever. Look at that. So he gives the Raven stealth. I don't want to drop my big Dreadnought because the Raven will just kill it straight away. So let's drop 2 more units and give everyone a ward here. Myself included. I'm up to 11 points more health than him, but after that move, I've got only 2 points more, and now he triggers the Madness, and this is where things start getting interesting. So he stays invisible right now, and I have a suspicion about why, but I think he's got Mercy and Forgiveness at this point, but we'll see. So let's drop a frontline unit, which he cannot simply Mercy and Forgiveness past. Heal myself up again, I'm 5 points behind him. Oh boy, here we go. He uses gold stones to cut that down to 2 health and then attacks it, and boom. He goes back to being invisible. He plays Ekra for extra healing. Alright. Can't really attack him at all, but I can play Excoriation Campaign to damage Ekra mostly and allow him to only heal once before he dies. Use my remaining points to heal myself some more. Oh, there we go. Mercy and Forgiveness. And now any unit with 4 health is going to feed his becoming invisible. So we see that right now. He's going for these guys, and boom, he's back to being invisible. He doesn't play anything else though. I'm wondering. I think most of the cards he has in his hand must be direct damage. Anyway, here's Ice and Steel to give all my guys at least 5 health, so he can't Mercy and Forgiveness past them. And I'm starting to focusing on one guy to make sure he stays stronger. Oh, look at that thing. Oh my god. Alright, so he tries to... Okay, he didn't actually manage to destroy any of my units there. Okay, let's drop the Dreadnought. And let's make sure that Learning and Hydra is gone. So both my units are dead, but now the Dreadnought is there on high health. I also have enough energy left to heal myself. And with Ward, it's going to be really tricky for him to remove that Dreadnought. So instead he goes with Nostromo to give it Khan attack, so he buys himself a bit of time here. And he goes to attack me once, and he attacks me twice. There we go, so he's back to a 5-point health lead over me. Ugh, and he drops a Joker Company. Ew. Alright, this is where Fateful Weird gets useful. But anyway, I'm going to buff the Dreadnought. Pull out Fateful Weird to see what I can get. Okay, 2 units and a tactic. That's not bad. Abandoned supplies. Let's get something and make it cheap. Ooh, a Ragnarok. Nice. And I just ended my turn right there. I didn't want to risk attacking him just in case it gave a way for him to get me down to low enough. Oh, never mind. Here we go. Watch this now. He uses Joker Company to attack the Dreadnought, and now he attacks the Dreadnought twice with his Warlord and goes invisible again. That's sort of why I didn't attack directly, because I didn't want to give him an easy way of getting invisible. But I guess it happened anyway. And there's a crack grenade coming to hit me. Boom. So he has a 7-point health lead over me now. Okay, can't use Emperor's Executioner on anything, but here's what we'll do. I'll buff that unit and drop a Jurgen as well on the other side. So again, it should be tricky for him to go invisible at this point. Oh, he's got a way to do this now. There we go. He attacks and goes invisible. Boom. Ooh. Okay, those 3 cards in his hand must still be his direct damage cards. So let's get another health buff going on that guy. Use Fateful Weird to draw a bunch more cards. Let's see here. 1 tactic, unit, and another unit. So okay, I've got Survivor too. That's not bad. And let's just keep focusing on buffing this guy. That's going to give him some extra health. And there's some more healing for me. So I'm back to that 5 points behind him, even though all the stuff he's been doing. Okay, here's Catacombs of Tizca, which means I can't attack him directly, but he's going for continuing to attack me. Okay. Ooh, the Underverse, nice. Let's drop my Dreadnought. Now, I can't attack him, but instead I'll keep focusing on buffing the health on my Jortan squad, so it's hard for him to kill. Oh god, look at that thing. I do have Sabotage, so I could just cancel its ability. But there might be some other options I have here. I also have Ragnarok, and I think that's what I'm going to go with here. Oh no, Rule of Fear! He cut down my... by reducing my unit's health attack to 2, he could actually use Rule of Fear to kill it. But anyway, here's Ragnarok. which stuns Konrad Curze, which lets me get away with dropping Miskia Hunters, attacking him directly, and whacking him with my Dreadnought. So in the next turn, because he's stunned, he's going to be visible, and I can attack him again. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh no, I've run out of cards and I'm taking damage. Okay, let's attack him. And now we can attack him with that unit again. And we can attack him with that unit. And now, to make sure he doesn't go invisible, I can play the Underverse to pull my units back into my deck and draw a card which pulls it back into my hands. Alright. I am not playing them right now because... Oh, there we go. Add Emperor's Executioner to kill him. Boom. So that was a great match for this deck, right? So, he turned into Night Hunter, he had Mercy and Forgiveness, but he still couldn't finish me off, he was struggling. Alright, so that was a match against, showing how it does against Konrad Curze. We're going to go and look for a match against Horus. So that one is much earlier down here. Where's it gone? There we are. This is a fight against a Horus deck, which has pretty much all the normal Horus cards. So now I've got the initiative because Horus has gone down to medium initiative. It's a 50-50 chance. I was actually pretty happy with these as starting cards, so I'm just going to accept it. Because my normal move is to just spend the first couple of turns mostly buffing myself. There we go. Give myself 2 points of health. Alright. He's drawing resupply to fill up his hand a bit more. And he does the usual aggressive thing. Quite often with Horus, a lot of players will just start trying to hit your face to accelerate the process of getting you down to 8 health so they can kill you with Vengeful Spirit. But anyway, that's just me continuing to heal up. So all that's happened is he's only 5 points ahead of me. Oh, nope, there's Goldstone's Hunters. He's 8 points ahead of me on health. And he attacks me again. Still 8 points ahead. Okay, but now this is where my units can start going down. Nope, I actually focused on just healing myself more. Never mind. Forgot what I did here. Okay, he's healing himself as well. And he attacks me. He is 8 points ahead of me on health. Ooh, nice. Stalker Squad. Let's put them down. Take out his little medic guy. And play Ice and Steel to buff them. Horus decks usually have so much great removal, but with Ward, that's just totally negated. He cannot use Outflank on these because of Ward. So instead, he drops a powerful unit, which I have to attack. And he's continuing to really focus on nailing me down there. Alright. So, let's keep this going. I'll drop my Ragvard Slayers over there. Use Ice and Steel to buff up one more time. And now I really want to make sure those guys are dead. So what I'm going to do is use the Stalker Squad to hit Horus once. And then I'll hit those guys, which is going to kill them. But now I'm back to being 5 points behind. And I've got a nice, strong, high damage unit with decent health on the board. Oh, I didn't have Ward on myself, so he could actually pull that one off. Chariot of the Gods for 4 damage, and now he's got up to a 9-point health lead over me. Alright, time to heal myself a little. Let's bring the pyramid, see what I can get out of that, and just start hitting his face. 3-point health lead. 2-point health lead. Alright, he's only 2 points ahead of me on health. I don't like Landing Zone. I just find that it's... Horus, Sons of Horus have plenty of card draw already. Kind of feels a waste of space in that deck. Alright, let's take a look now. Ooh, Fenrisian Wolves. Those are nice. And Shadow of the Throne, but for now I'm just going to drop these Hunters and keep healing myself up. I'm not wasting a Sabotage on that Landing Zone. It's already kind of like, oh wow, look at that. Okay, now I don't want to drop Fenrisian Wolves or Ragnarok while Malagurst is unjammed, so that's what I've got my jamming card for. And now I can use Ragnarok to remove him and save my Fenrisian Wolves for something else. Let's take out his Landing Zone. enough card draw for him. And there's a heal, so my guy is actually back up to full health. Again, I don't have Ward, but instead he goes with a broad area damage, which was quite a lucky shot for him. Okay, he's trying to get rid of that Pyramid of Photep now, I guess. Really doesn't like it, right? Triumph of Chaos. That's not the greatest card. Alright, well, this is where the Fenrisian Wolves are for. Let's bring them in a little. Use one of them to kill those guys. The other guy can't actually attack right now, because they only have flank, not fast. Let's get into some abandoned supplies over there. Oh, nice. A discount Jurgen. That's always useful. Okay. I actually now have a health lead over him, so he destroys one of the wolves right now. And he drops an ogre. Oh my god. That's very ogreish of him. Okay, what do I do with this now? Okay, I still have a 1-point health lead, but that ogre is looking so dangerous. Ooh, Electitio Divinatus, nice. Okay, let's drop the Dreadnought. Heal myself up a little. And go for that ogre. Who's now stunned. Ah, nice, there's a bit more health for my Pyramid of Photep. Not enough to save it, but at least he's having to use up most of his units trying to take that thing out. Oh my god, another ogre. Oh, and another high damage unit. That's not great. I could really do an excoriation campaign now. Okay, there's a Jurgen at least to soak up some damage. Emperor's Executioner to kill the first ogre. Attack with the Dreadnought over there. And let's heal the Dreadnought back up a bit. And let's copy his little high damage unit. There we go. Ooh, nice. And I drew a Domar Gunnarsson. Perfect. There's more healing for the Dreadnought too. Okay, so bye-bye my tank unit, but he did his job. More Sons of Horus getting dropped. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, he's freaked out about that Dreadnought. He's really trying to take that thing down. Alright, what do we do here? We're going to drop the second Dreadnought, because he liked one of them enough, right? So let's give it some extra healing. And that's it for now. Now I've given myself Ward. So, did I give myself Ward? No, I did not give myself Ward, but he can't kill me in one turn right now. He can kill the Dreadnought. He's really trying to take that one down. What else does he have here? He uses a Horus ability to draw a card. Uses a Mortar Strike. That's a good move here. And he hits the Dreadnought. Okay. Oh, and he has Quickfire. He's really trying to nail... Oh, he probably should have tried to finish the Dreadnought. He's splitting damage over here. Ooh, nice. Another Jurgen. But I'm going to drop my Domar Gunnarsson. Focus on healing my Dreadnought. I have Ward because of Domar Gunnarsson. And let's use Lecticia Divinatus to draw some extra cards.
Impressive.
Those actually... now I'm starting to get a pretty decent set of things on the board here. Okay, he's focusing on healing himself up. So we're even on health. Nice move. He puts his healing guy back in his hand so he can use him again. There we go. He pops out, puts himself ahead on health. Now, his Ambassador Melgator could not be used on Domar because of Ward. Okay, let's heal myself, and I can do that repeatedly. Well, each turn rather. Destroy his guy, bring in a Jurgen, bring in a Chonden squad, which now has Ward because it's next to Gunnar. And heal myself. Okay. Ooh, nice move by him. Orbital Bombardment. That card is underused. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 4. And 4. Okay. Not enough to kill too many of my things. What's he going for here? Yeah, he's really trying to nail me down hard. I actually pretty much won over here. There's nothing he can do. It's over. I'm being a dick now. I probably should have just finished him off. I was just trying to show off how much protection I had. Oh wow, 2 void engagements. But let's just end it now. Oh, no, I'm being a dick here. Sorry. I should have just finished the match, but... Second void engagement. And then allow... Now I finally finish him off. Oh, no, not yet. I'm just being a real dick here. Dragged it on. Alright, there we are. That match is over. Cool, and the last one I just want to show here is against Magnus the Red. So let's go ahead and take a look at that one. So this one works pretty similarly. Now I think the Magnus guy had a lot of direct damage cards, which I just totally negated by using Ward. In this case, I didn't feel like I had enough cards to play early. I was looking for a unit to play on the 4 energy turns. I decided to replace all my cards. And I got rewarded with Ragvard Greyslayers. That's what I was looking for. Alright, he started with the initiative. He did nothing in his first turn. I just heal myself up. So he's 8 points ahead now instead of 10 points on health. He drew City of Light. City of Light is dangerous when you see Thousand Suns getting to play it early. I can't do anything else right now, so let me heal myself more. He's got a 6-point health lead, but he's generating tons of psychic energy now. Oh my god, another City of Light. So I really put no pressure on him in these first couple of turns, and he's just got 4 psychic energy being generated each turn now. That's nuts. But anyway, here's my Ragvard Greyslayers. Good luck trying to use psychic energy on them. Alright. And... oh, no, he's got a way to do it. Now, he ended up getting really unlucky with this one, because only 1 point of damage out of 1 to 3. And again, 1 point of damage out of 1 to 3. Shot number 3 is... 1 point of damage. Now that was one of the most, that's possibly the single most unlucky Psychic Lash I've ever seen in this game. 3 hits, 1 point of damage each. Okay, let's start bringing in another unit over there. Attack him directly so I can buff my Ragvard Greyslayers and attack with them. Now he's only 1 point ahead of me. In fact, after my healing, we're even on health. But he's got 6 points of energy and 6 points of psychic energy. So he's using his psychic energy to draw some cards. And he plays his Maketra Cabal, which puts down a bunch of barriers. Now this is one of those situations why I like Excoriation Campaign, because Maketra Cabal's barriers will go down away from your Warlord. And so with Excoriation Campaign, I can actually use that to just hit the people, hit his Warlord and the people near it, like the Maketra Cabal over there. There we go. So that's dead. Now, these wolves unfortunately have Berserk, so I have to attack, so that's kind of a wasted move. Alright, but I'm now ahead, 3 points ahead on health. In fact, after his psychic barriers go down, I am 5 points ahead on health. Okay, he plays Manifest Destiny, so that kind of cancels that little advantage of mine. And he plays another guy who generates psychic energy. So potentially next turn he's generating 10 points of psychic energy. 8 points rather. That's unacceptable, so I've got to take care of this now. So it means I can't use my Warlord's ability because I have to destroy both these troops. But I think that's worth it. I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I'm pretty far ahead of him on health. And now I've got these 2 tough units out there. Ugh, there goes the Horned Raiment. Now the Horned Raiment is not a great card for Magnus because it has no synergy with his Whisper at all. Okay, watch this now. I put the Dreadnought down. I attack once with the Stalker Squad. Attack twice with the Stalker Squad. And then I attack once with this guy, and this Dreadnought goes up to a whopping 11 attack. And then I attack with my own Warlord, and it's up to 13 attack. His shield goes up with a Horned Raiment, but he knows this is over. He has no way of removing the unit with stats like that, and this match ended. Alright, so anyway, I hope you have been, you've got a better idea now of how to play with this Space Wolf Warlord. Basically, what we're just doing is trying to take advantage of his ability, right? What synergizes best with that? Well, he's a healer, so put down units which are hard to remove. And as ward makes them really hard to remove. Drop units with ward, buff their health, and then profit. Alright, until the next video then guys, have fun, and see you in game. Bye for now.